Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and sports updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. Now let's dive into today's jaw-dropping drama from the world of tennis. It was supposed to be a grand beginning, a confident, commanding first-round performance by America's top hope, Taylor Fritz, at Roland-Garros 2025. Ranked 4th in the world, the 2024 US Open runner-up came into Paris riding high on momentum, expectation, and ambition. For the tennis world, the stage was perfectly set. Fritz had been hailed as the man who could break American tennis's clay court curse, but in a twist that stunned fans, commentators, and even his opponent. The dream unraveled into a nightmare, as Fritz was shockingly defeated in the very first round. The man who pulled off this jaw-dropping upset, Germany's Daniel Altmaier, a name that will now forever be etched in Roland-Garros lore. As the match unfolded on the historic Court Simonne Mathieu, there was an unsettling energy in the air. Fritz, usually a beacon of composure and power, seemed out of sync. There were flashes of brilliance, yes, blistering forehands, and moments of strategic shot-making. But they were fleeting, inconsistent, and overpowered by hesitation. Daniel Altmaier, ranked number 66 in the world, wasn't just playing well. He was locked in, fearless, and seemingly destined for victory. In just over 2.5 hours, the scoreboard told a story many still struggle to believe. 7-5. 3-6, 6-3, 6-1. Fritz was out, gone, eliminated in the first round of a tournament where he had hoped to make a deep, title-challenging run. But how did this happen? How did a player with so much promise, one who came within inches of Grand Slam glory just months earlier, fall apart so quickly on the Paris clay? The answer is more complicated than it seems. In his post-match press conference, Fritz didn't hide his disappointment. "I think I'm playing generally fine," he said. "It's just a lot of important points. I'm just playing horrendous tennis on a lot of the important points." These were not the words of a man who felt overwhelmed by his opponent. They were the painful reflections of someone fighting himself. And for anyone who knows Fritz's journey, this emotional unraveling is not without context. Over the last 2 years, Fritz has been on a mission. He's worked tirelessly to improve his movement on clay, the surface that has always been his Achilles heel. He's added variety to his game, worked with nutritionists, studied top European players, and even spent extra weeks training on red clay in Spain. His 2024 season was his best yet. A Grand Slam final at the US Open, a title in Miami, and consistent performances that made him a genuine top 5 contender. He entered Roland-Garros not just as a seed, but as a symbol of American hope in a tournament long dominated by Europeans and South Americans. But Roland-Garros is unforgiving, and Daniel Altmaier came to Paris with a story of his own. A story of redemption, perseverance, and silence breaking. Altmaier is no stranger to big upsets. In 2023, he stunned the tennis world by defeating Jannik Sinner in a 5-set epic. Injuries had slowed him down since then, but he entered the 2025 French Open, healthy, prepared, and quietly dangerous. "I think I was working really hard the past weeks," Altmaier said after his win, "to get confidence, preparing myself for those kinds of matches. I feel like I'm ready to play whoever is going to face me." His words weren't cocky. They were calm, collected, and terrifying in hindsight. As the match progressed, it became clear that Altmaier wasn't just winning. He was dismantling Fritz's confidence. The German's powerful one-handed, backhand, consistent depth, and baseline agility forced Fritz into defensive positions he couldn't recover from. Fritz's serve, usually a weapon, broke down at critical moments, double faults, unforced errors, and tentative second serves, told the tale of a man struggling to steady his nerves. By the fourth set, Fritz looked emotionally spent. The fourth seed was being outplayed, outthought, and ultimately outlasted by a player who refused to be intimidated. The match ended with Altmaier pumping his fist and looking skyward, a mix of disbelief and quiet pride on his face. Fritz, on the other hand, walked off the court with a haunted look, one that captured the heartbreak of unfulfilled potential. For American tennis fans, it was a gut punch. After years of waiting for a clay breakthrough, their brightest hope had exited before the tournament had even begun to heat up. And for Fritz, it marked his earliest Roland-Garros exit since 2018, a devastating statistic for a player of his caliber. So where does Taylor Fritz go from here? Is this just a bump in the road, or a deeper signal that clay will forever be his undoing? The truth lies somewhere in between. There's no denying Fritz's talent. His shot making, his serve, and his baseline power are among the best in the world. But tennis, especially at the Grand Slam level, is as much about mental strength as physical. The weight of expectation, the pressure of representing a nation starved for success on clay, and the constant comparisons to past legends. All of it took its toll. Meanwhile, Altmaier marches forward. His next match is against Vit Koprivar, another gritty competitor who survived a 5-set battle to reach the second round. For Altmaier, this is a golden opportunity to continue his deep run and perhaps become the dark horse of this year's tournament. He knows he's no longer flying under the radar, and that suits him just fine. He's already shown that rankings don't dictate results. Grit, preparation, and belief do. As we reflect on this monumental upset, one thing is clear. Roland-Garros never fails to deliver drama, heartbreak, and unforgettable storylines. Taylor Fritz's fall may feel like tragedy to some, but in the grander arc of his career, it could become the turning point. The loss that forces deeper growth, greater resolve, and eventual triumph. Or it could haunt him, a memory etched in red clay, whispered about in press rooms and fan forums for years to come. Either way, Daniel Altmaier's victory is more than just an upset. It's a statement, a reminder that in the world of tennis, nothing is guaranteed and every match is a battle for legacy. Stay tuned to Daily Gossip as we continue to follow all the shocks, triumphs, and emotional roller coasters of Roland-Garros 2025. There's still so much more to come. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more dramatic sports stories and exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage of your favorite athletes.